evening, cult members, and welcome to Pop Culture Cult. I'm Sean.
I'm Janice.
And this is going to be our trailer reaction for the trailer for Thor, Love and Thunder. They just dropped it during the Eastern Conference basketball finals. So I'm interested in what this is going to be. Thor, Love and Thunder. And go.
Kids, get your popcorn now. Let me tell you the story of the space Viking, Thor Odinson. He was no ordinary man. He was a god. After saving planet Earth for the 500th time, Thor set off on a new journey. When he got in shape, he went from dad bod to bod bod. And after all that, he reclaimed his title as the one and only Thor. Oh,
Or
too soon. Jane?
what is this thing?
What's it been like? 3-4 years?
8 years, 7 months, and 6 days, give or take.
Sensing feelings?
Well, you're right.
The only ones who
Right.
care about is themselves.
Ooh.
So this is my vow. All gods will die. I just want to say that was very, very impressive what you did back there.
He's just my first bad guy.
Never forget
They're
your
all
first.
bluff.
You are not like the other gods of kill. Because I have something worth fighting for.
Jesus.
Let's see who you are and take off your disguise.
Oh, they finished.
Flick too hard, damn it!
You're meant to. Great.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay, everybody got what they wanted. Chris Hemsworth making an MCU movie. There you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Click like and subscribe, bell for notifications. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's
You really can't top that.
I don't think you can. Okay. Showing Gore, the God Butcher, God Killer. Been the rumored person. Nobody has officially come out and said anything. And if they did, it was more like, well, maybe, kind of, sort of, whatever. But I mean, the first trailer kind of alluded to it.
Yeah.
So they showed Christian Bale as Gore.
Yeah.
So, ta-da! And then we're going to go after killing gods.
Yep.
That's why Zeus is involved.
Yep.
We're going to get Hercules. Probably it'll be a cameo. It'll be Henry Cavill because DC and Warner Brothers can't get their shit together. Fan theories. A lot more Jane.
Yes, a lot more Jane, like with the helmet off and all buffed out.
Yeah. They didn't really explain why. At least that was the first time watching it. So if there's been 17 trailer reactions by the time we post this, I'm sorry, but they didn't really explain here what the story of her getting Mjolnir and stuff. In the comics,
No.
she has cancer. She's
Yeah,
found
yeah.
worthy. She
Yeah.
keeps the cancer away when she's the mighty Thor.
Right.
But yeah, so
And I mean, we now live in the multiverse world, so that could always play some sort of part in it too. We don't know.
it does. But they did say, she did say, how long has it been? 3 years, and he's like 8 years, 7
Maybe
months.
it was 3 years for her in her world.
Right, maybe. Yeah, maybe. But
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, and I wouldn't really expect them to divulge that in a trailer.
No, I
I
don't
mean,
think so, yeah.
that's something that you want to wait for the movie to find out about.
that
It's
will
nice.
probably be the opening 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah. It's nice that Russell Crowe didn't have to do any kind of workout routine or go on a diet for his dad bod for this role. I was wondering about that when they were like, "Yeah, Russell Crowe's going to be Zeus," and I was like, I
It
mean, he has
makes
completely
sense.
embraced his dad bod, but yeah, it works.
It totally works that Zeus is now just busy getting Earth girls pregnant and
Right.
and just living the high life. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, he didn't care. Um, yeah. So,
Valkyrie fighting Gore was interesting.
yep.
That better not lead to what I think it could lead to.
I mean, obviously there was another one of whatever his species was because he held out his hand
I
and
think that was Thor and Jane.
Oh, okay.
I think that was Thor and Jane because it was in
Okay.
black and white. So
Right.
kinda, I think it was Thor and Jane because Gore was asking him, "What you're different than all the other gods I
Yeah.
tried to kill?"
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
he's like, "Well, because I have something to live for."
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that was the little hint of them trying to like rekindle what had happened or something.
Yeah.
Again, we've seen it exactly for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
Yep. And the training montage, the
If that's not over Eye of the Tiger or some 80s
yeah,
thing,
yeah,
it needs to
yeah,
definitely.
like the Rocky theme. Da-na-na.
They definitely kind of embracing that uh kind of 80s aesthetic. I mean, with the way the logo is and stuff like
Yeah,
that, but
and the
definitely,
synth music and
but also with his leather jacket with no sleeves, it
Yeah.
pops the collar,
Yeah.
denim jeans, kind of that kind of feel. We're rewatching Stranger Things right now, and it's very much Billy, very much the Billy aesthetic
Yeah.
kind of thing that he's doing. But it's also something too of like we have to deal with Thor coming to terms with getting out of his depression. That
Right.
has to be the conversation.
Yeah.
You can't all of a sudden have him go through this huge depressive arc and then just all of a sudden show up one day and like, okay, I'm better. Hence the training montage, but they need to spend more than just like
Right.
2 minutes, kind of him
yeah,
dealing with it. He's
Yeah.
already dealing with it at the end of Endgame.
Yeah.
When he gives the crown to Valkyrie, but like that, like I want that.
There
And
needs
it's Tika. I trust him.
yeah, there needs to be a catalyst, and I'm sure there will be, and it needs to not be Jane, right? Because the whole point was that he ultimately had nobody left,
Right.
and
Right.
so and his one chance to save the world or whatever, and he blew it because he didn't go for the head, um, and dealing with all that. So now, like, if Jane comes back and that's the catalyst for him, then that and I don't think that is because he's
Right.
all like buffed back out when he sees her. But if that was the way they went, it would kind of cheapen the whole.
It feels a little bit, at least with the montage in which they laid it out in this trailer, where he has already come to terms with all of that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
on the I'm gonna go help people now.
Right. And then
I'm
just-
better. I'm gonna
right.
go help people.
Right.
And in that process, he comes across Jane trying to do the same thing.
Right. But there had to have been some other catalyst besides
Yeah,
her. that-
and that catalyst I think was laid out in Endgame, but not necessarily properly described.
Yeah.
Properly, like this is the catalyst.
There was a
for him
lot.
getting better.
There was a lot going on.
There was a lot going on in Endgame. Valkyrie, getting those awesome nods of Valkyrie. I'm trying to think. Korg telling the story and embellishing it saved Earth like 500 times. Which is like perfect hype man. I need a trailer to break down from freaking New Rockstars with all the stuff in the background. The winged helmet, that is very similar to the Mighty Thor comic
yeah.
that Jane has.
Yeah.
And it's kind of then reversed where Thor is kind of wearing a version of his winged helmet that's kind of is closely matching hers. I like that aesthetic. I also like the concept of the two of them. It's going to be awkward at first.
Yeah.
And so they kind of and I like too when he gets all of his clothes ripped off or whatever. It's Valkyrie and Jane in the viewing box
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Which was the photo we got last week.
Yeah.
and everybody was having a hairy conniption fit about what's going on there.
Right.
The
Now you know.
Now you know, but Bastus is one of the Egyptian gods that is kind of in that conversation of the ancestral plane,
Right.
Egyptian god or whatever.
Right.
Is in that photo, and this trailer starts with him with Thor very much in an ancestral plane kind of aesthetic. It's not necessarily that, but it definitely feels like that. Golden sunset in the tree,
Like
very
meditating,
meditative.
yeah.
It might be him trying to commune with Loki or his father or mom or anybody. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to commune with Loki in there at some point in time, and Loki just doesn't reply, and that kind of either sets him back or sets him on like, okay, I'm good now, whatever. Like I tried to get a hold with him. Like I got to see Force Ghost mom and dad, and Loki didn't show up.
Yeah.
And so I especially with what they did with Moon Knight and talking about the afterlife that way.
Yep.
This kind of parallels a lot of what that was.
Yep.
At least visually.
Yep. I'm sure that we'll bring some of that into it as well, because they've been doing that with a lot of the movies recently. So
yeah, little tag-ins here and there. They've all been separate from each other, and people are complaining it's not connected like it was in Phase 3. They're all their own stories that will be connected again later down the line.
Which is
they're
how
laying
it
stuff out
was
in
at
front
the
of us.
beginning too.
Yeah.
People,
Yep.
they didn't all connect.
So that is our thoughts on Thor: Love and Thunder. There'll be a full trailer breakdown from New Rockstars and Heavy Spoilers and everybody else. We're going to go pack and go to Star Wars Celebration. So let us know what you thought of this trailer and our reaction to it in the comments down below. Please be nice. That's a requirement around here. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications, and follow us on all the social media stuff, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Like I said, we're going to be a celebration. Follow us on all that stuff. We'll be posting stuff all weekend. So do that, and a live stream on Saturday. So until next time, cult members, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.